guys, welcome back to the main man's channel. So in today's video is a little bit different. It's a videos that I hate doing. I hate doing this because it just brings negativity into the atmosphere, into the YouTube world, as far as toy collecting. But I feel like it's a must, man, because once again, it's a line that I collect, and it's a line that's dominant on my channel. I mean, this line is like, I mean, you guys seen my recent unboxings, like you guys see it. Like, DC Multiverse is huge on this channel. Of course, I'm going to be talking about the recent Shartimus Prime Todd McFarlane interview that he gave him as well, and some of the things that he talked about in there. There's a little controversy about what McFarlane said in that interview, so we're going to be breaking that down as well. I will give my brutal honest thoughts about what he said, um, um, and I'm going to break down everything else he said in the interview, because it was some really good things in that interview. A lot of insight to the action figure world, and it wasn't it wasn't just about McFarlane. It was more about the whole line in general, as well as insight into other companies' minds as well, and how they do things, and as well as the shortages on things as well, the delays, the everything, the shippings delays, um just everything. So we're gonna be breaking all of that down in this video, so let's get straight to it, as well. But before we even get started with that, I just wanted to say, if you guys can leave a like, as well as subscribe, as well as hit that bell so you don't miss a video, another video just like this one. Even though we're not gonna do as much of videos as this one as we're gonna do today. So let's go ahead and break it all out. First off, I should mention right quick, shout out to Shartimus Prime. This is not me attacking him. This is not me attacking McFarlane either. But I have to talk about what they said in the interview. But shout out to Shartimus. He did a really good interview. It's kind of hard to do Todd McFarlane interviews because McFarlane can ramble on a lot, as well as like when he gets his point, he tries to get his point out there as well. He doesn't like to be cut off. He doesn't like to, you just gotta let him talk in those interviews, man. That's the hardest thing about McFarlane, is that McFarlane is a really brilliant man. And I mean, even though like when he was talking, I was glued on to the screen watching him, because he's a smart, first of all, he's a smart businessman, and he's just really intelligent. I mean, you could give him a $10 on a product and be like, hey, make $1,000. He'll come back to you with $10,000, and the product being huge and successful. So it was a really good interview. Like I said, I ain't trying to diss Shartimus or any of that. I would prefer if Shartimus the only thing I could say, my only criticism is that I would prefer if Shartimus would have just dived a little bit deeper, especially when it came down to the controversy, and be like, yo, like, push back just a little bit, just push back just a little bit, which he tried to do on one of those, like the Eternals figures one, and Todd wasn't having it. But anyways, I mean, it wasn't really as much, he cracked a little joke or whatever, but there was that. So yeah, let's go to breaking down the first one. The first one was really the price hike that we've been seeing with major companies, not just McFarlane in general, just other companies as well. Well, McFarlane hasn't really had any price hikes, but like Marvel Legends, we see in the Marvel Legends, Hasbro, even though that's Hasbro, but like, have we seen a Hasbro, NECA? Like, we've been seeing this huge increase of price, when it comes down to these action figures. And Shartimus was asking McFarlane, how does he continue to put out a $1999 figure? And it was really, really good hearing McFarlane's thoughts about uh why he hasn't increased it as well. Also, in his interview, find out that maybe the higher ups have more of the decision making that I thought they did. I thought McFarlane, even though he said this in a previous interview, like he could make an action figure or character from whoever he wants and put him in the DC multiverse line, and DC, the higher ups in DC, will give him that. Turns out not so much. It turns out that they tell him which figures to put out, and he has to basically do it, which is absolutely crazy. Or he'll give them an idea, be like, "Hey, I want to make this character," and then they'll tell him like, "Wait, he's not that popular. Why are you trying to make this figure?" So that explains, and we'll break it down a little bit later. But yeah, so that was basically the first question he asked them was about the increase on the price hike as well. So there's that. Okay, so following up on that, really, it was kind of like a two-parter question. It was more, or McFarlane giving a two-part answer. Basically, was saying why we not, why we seeing the same product on the shelves. Well, that's because of the containers, the shipping containers being stuck in sea as well. I mean, we've been seeing this back when the pandemic started. You know, them paying all this tens of thousands of dollars to get these products to come into the thing. There's just not enough workers out there to get the products out there as well. So that's probably why we're seeing delays. It's funny, funny enough that I just had a video that I was just about to upload of me going to like 8 Targets and I didn't find anything. And I was debating whether to put that video up or just scrap it or whatever. I mean, I just I found it boring. I like it, seriously. I went to 8 different Targets I recorded, and I didn't find not one figure that I was looking for. All of them was all older products. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't make for a good video. At least for my view. I know other people probably would upload that. There's no dig to anyone else, but like. You know, I'm not gonna upload that on my channel because if I don't find it enjoyable, I don't think you guys will find that enjoyable. So there's that as well. So kind of like a two-part answer, a question McFarlane gave to Shartimus as well. One of the best questions and one of the good questions I was hoping Chartimus asks, and he asked them, was the no gun situation that we're seeing in McFarlane Toys. Now, I didn't think Chartimus would ask some of the harder questions that some of us. I mean, he could have went a little bit harder into some of these things, but he asked them respectfully. That's all I could say. And I appreciate that. That's what I'm saying. I really do think Shartimus gave a really good interview in some of these. But anyways, guys, so he talked about the no gun situation. And he basically said that yeah, he sees it, he notices it. Or McFarlane, I should say, said that he sees it, he notices it, and he wants to do it differently. Like there was one where he brought up like Peacemaker not having his gun from the movie, or yeah, from the movie. Because I don't think he used. Yeah, he uses big rifles in the TV show as well. And then McFarlane's like, yeah, that's really a higher up. Once again, that's a higher up decision. That's from DC as well. They have the no gun ban as well, so companies gotta abide by that as well. You know, so that explains that. McFarlane said he understands it, and he said, but he said he did say there could be a workaround around that as well, which is basically saying, hey, he can make a gun accessory packs, which I would absolutely love. I think I mentioned this on one of my videos before. Make gun accessory pack, and they so happen to fit into into the action figure that you really wanted. Like for instance, Red Hood. Red Hood needs his guns. You know, so he could do an accessories pack. Now he says up to us, the consumer, um, who could purchase these. Now, if you guys really want the guns to go with some of the own characters that needs these accessories, well, it's up to us to buy them because if you're not gonna buy them, well, they're probably not gonna do these. So there is that as well. So I don't know about you, but I would buy the gun accessory packs. No, I'm not gonna sit here like I'm a gun enthusiast or whatever. But I don't know. I really want my character to be accurate as well when it comes down to my action figure. And if Red Hood doesn't have gun accuracy guns from the comics, from the video games, well, it doesn't really make sense why I want the guns to go in them, because it makes sense. But anyways, guys, that was the second, really the third question. I'm not gonna keep numbering this as well, but there was that. Okay, guys. So another one he addressed was the Batman situations. Not just Batman, but just the variety packs of so many of the same characters. He addressed that as well. Really interested to hear that question as well, the answer to that question as well, because wanted to know why is Todd continued to making 1,000 Batmans, 1,000 Wonder Womans. Recently, just announced another Wonder Woman is coming out as well. You guys, if you guys saw my McFarlane's uh, one of my videos I did on McFarlane talking about what McFarlane needs to change, I talked about just enormous amount of Wonder Womans and Flashes and Batmans. Well, he broke it down and basically said, like, Batman is gonna stay. I mean, he's gonna continue to do Batman because he's like, which kind of makes sense as a business standpoint. And this is why I'm saying I understand why he does the enormous amount of Batmans, because it makes sense from a business standpoint, because you as the owner, the guy who makes these figures, uh you're gonna make the products because you're not making it to the hardcore fans, you're making it to the casuals. So when people go and look on the shelves, when they see anything DC, they look at anything DC, the first person that most people know, and I'm talking about from the casuals, is Batman. When they see Batman on the shelves, they know, hey, that's that character. That's that guy from the movie that I just saw in theaters, or So there's that as well. So I definitely understand why they're doing all the Batman. So he kind of broke that down as well. So that probably is a thing to stay. So for people who was wishing he got rid of doing all the Batmans, well, hate to break it to you, but that thing is here to stay. And I love when Shartimus was like, "Yeah, I'm the one Mark that buys all the Batmans." Well, same here, brother. I'm the same one. I just buy all the Batmans, man. I mean, I just love Batman. He's one of my favorite DC characters, superheroes of all time. Um, of course, I got a couple guys over him, just a little bit, but not too much. He's probably my second favorite. But anyways, guys, there's that as well. Okay, guys. So another one he addressed was the side eye situation. Now, this was really, really interesting as well, because Todd says that he has received the feedback, and he's said that he's dialing back just a little bit. Now, he gave his reason as to why he was doing the side eyed, is because he's like, he doesn't want the character to be in a phantom. That's not the exact word he said, but kind of like a blank stare, like a Dow stare or whatever. He doesn't want the character, or the action figure, whatever character, to be in the in that stare, which is it's to us personally. I would prefer that, because, like I said, I prefer to have my action figure look forward, and I don't have to worry about him putting him off to the side, or his head turning off to the side where it just stopped matching his body as well. But he gave his reason as to why. He talked about one of the older lines he used to do with all the sports figures, when they have them like looking off to the side as well, because it's kind of like they're doing a pass, or they're doing a crazy crossover move. It makes sense with that, with those characters, because that's a sports figure. Doesn't make sense with the other characters as well. So there is that. So he said he's gonna dial it back. He's gonna go back into doing the normal look as well, or just slightly off center, which I would prefer. If he is gonna do the side eye, just to do it slightly off center. But I do prefer, really, over that. I prefer it to just to do the normal, just straightforward look. So there is that. But anyways, he also talked about articulation as well. Interesting to find out his thoughts about why he doesn't really use the same modes to for some of the figures as well. That's kind of like what I was saying a little bit earlier with him going up to the higher ups and be like, "Hey, I want to make this action figure," and they're like, "Hey." Or why are you trying to make that action figure? He's like, because it looks cool, you know. And we haven't seen characters like that. And this is why he was telling him this is why this line is so popular because like we're gonna get action figures that we probably never ever seen in action figure form before, or just characters we haven't seen in a while, and that's a huge reason why uh, he was doing that as well. So pretty interesting to see his different perspectives on things as well. Now I really do think that the higher ups being more involved into these lines, it really explains a lot when it comes down to this as well. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure McFarlane can get away with doing some like most of the action figures that we're known and loving for. Um, but it's interesting to see like they are more involved into these lines. I don't know. It's really fascinating to me about that as well. But now let's talk about the last and final thing that happened in this interview. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about the controversy that McFarlane basically said as well. So he was breaking it down. I don't remember how it started. The whole thing started as well. But he was breaking it down about how he would see images, about how if somebody would ask him why are you doing this, he would break it down how he used to see images about his 9-year-old self and be like, yo, I would love to see that on the shows. He starts breaking down the toy section as well when it came down to giving his business thoughts about it as well. And then he gave a scenario about a little boy was an honor roll student to ask his parents to give him an action figure section or give him an action figure, or or his parents want to reward the kid with a action figure, because he's an honor roll student as well. He goes into the toy section, then he starts breaking it down for no reason at all. He starts breaking down about why he can't sell girl action figures, basically. About he can't sell not just girl action figures, but he can sell a whole line dedicated to girl action figures, which is located in the boy toy section. So he starts breaking that down as well. Now, I have my thoughts about that as well. So before I give my thoughts, I just want to continue what he actually said. So there's that. So he starts breaking it down as to why he can't do that, and he starts breaking it down about how there could be Batmans, there could be Godzillas, there could be badass Transformers, there could be all these other action figure line, King Kong, whatever. And he's like, he goes into the parents buys them, let's just say Black Canary, and it goes and gives the kid this, he's like, hey, we want to reward you for being a, grade 8 student as well, so here is your action figure. And the kid doesn't complain. He gets the action figure, he looks at it, and it's like a Black Canary, and he looks at it, he's like, maybe out of all the characters you could have choose from, why Black Canary or whatever. So he explains why he can't do female dominant lines. Now, I would counter that. I would say, because I hugely disagree, and I would challenge Todd McFarlane, if Todd really wants to do a whole female dominant line and see how that sells. And I guarantee you, if you pick the right characters, I'm guaranteeing you this, that will sell. Now, as far as I was saying earlier, this because my counterpoint as to what I was saying earlier, this is for us, the hardcore fans. I think Todd was basically speaking for the casuals. But I do think that the hardcore fans would buy enough of these figures that it would sell, because I see constantly people asking for more women figures in these lines as well. And not just Wonder Woman. I do think, like the same thing with Batman, I do think Wonder Woman would have to be the main primary character in that line. But I do think you could make a whole line of, if you add, let's just say Catwoman, let's put Poison Ivy, um, let's see who else, Black Canary, let's put Huntress, let's just put Raven. If you were to sell that whole line, Starfire, I mean, there's so many characters to choose from. If you were to sell a whole line of just all woman action figures, I guarantee you that would sell. Now, would it be a huge knockout sale? Probably not. Now, now, you could really counter it, and then I'm not really trying to offend anyone when I say that, but that's my thoughts about it. I'm telling you the opposite. I do think that line would sell. I really do think that as well. And me personally, I would want that because I need more women characters. I've been asking for this for a while already. I need more women characters in these lines. I really do. I need the Poison Ivies. I need the Catwomans. I need the, as I said, Raven. I've been dying for a Raven figure. Killer Frost is a huge one that I really want as well. So there's that. But let me know what you guys think about that. Um, Also, real quick, I would be linking the interview so you guys can watch it for yourself. If you guys haven't, watch the interview for yourself. Give your own thoughts about what Todd McFarlane said in that interview as well. If you guys haven't checked it out as well, if you guys did check it out, let me know what you guys thought about the interview in general. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts as well, because I mean, you guys are here too. I mean, some of you guys correct me on a few things, like lots of you guys give your own opinions. I want to hear you guys' opinions. I'm the one YouTuber probably around. I want to hear from you guys. So make sure to comment down below. Let me hear your guys' thoughts as well. Like I said, if you haven't seen the interview, I'm going to be linking it in the description down below. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did enjoy this, please consider liking and subscribing. Helps the channel out tremendously. Keeps me motivated. Keep doing videos just like this one. Yeah, guys, so we do got unboxings coming on the way, so don't worry about that. um we're gonna go back to the unboxings as well, but I had to address this because, like I said, this channel's huge DC dominant line, or dominant channel, I should say. So I have to address that. But anyways, guys, uh, you guys have a wonderful, amazing day, and see you guys later.